Welcome back, folks. I'm MTG Joe. So Mythic Championship is here. It's being played right now. A bunch of Golos. So if you're not interested in watching Golos mirrors, there is an arena event going on this weekend. It is Eldraine constructed. So this is block constructed, but kind of weird. There's only one set. So it's basically play with your Eldraine cards, make a deck. So this deck list here is actually from one of my Instagram followers, Jay Holanda. He passed it over to me. He's currently 10-0 in 2 runs with the deck. It is a Simic food deck that's leveraging off a lot of the strategies of the constructed playable standard deck Simic food. Basically, abusing Oko. It's probably one of the most powerful cards from Throne and in standard in general. So we are going to try to turn to an Oko and go to town from there. So the deck itself, we are playing a smattering of cards from the new set. So basically it's all around food. So to walk you quickly through the deck, Gilded Goose is our way to accelerate on mana. With the food tokens, we also have the ability to create tokens if we flood out. Maraleaf Pixie is another way of ramp for the deck. We have a number of powerful turn 3 and turn 4 spells in terms of casting. If we get them down a turn earlier, gives us quite a bit of advantage. Also, for 2 mana, 2 flyers, and 2 bad cost-wise. Curious Pair is a way for us to create food on turn 1, and then gives us a 1/3 body against aggro decks. Once Upon a Time, free spell, get whatever we need in terms of creatures or lands. Then we have Animating Faerie. Basically, it could turn our food token into a 4/4, and then it's another flyer. So there is some evasion to the deck. Brazen Borrower is a way to bounce your opponent's spells and another flying body. Giant Opportunity can either be a way to feed like our Wicked Wolf or any of our token strategies that we need, or it could just make a 7/7 with the food tokens that we're making with a number of cards in the deck. Oko, just buff, swole as hell. He's doing what he needs to do to win us games. And then we have the package of Questing Beast and Wicked Wolf to close out the game. Very powerful threats at the 4-drop slot. Smash face, hit hard, close out quickly. Mana base wise, we're playing 4 Fabled Passage because we don't have dual lands, effectively serving as a dual in this case. 3 Gingerbread Cabins. I'm a little iffy on this, just consistently coming into play untapped or not. So we'll give it a shot. We might want to tweak it afterwards. 1 Thornwood Falls just as mana fixing. I don't want too many coming to play tap lands, especially because we're playing the cabin. So I might end up cutting a couple of these in lieu of another Thornwood wood, just for consistency's sake. So it's pretty much the deck. We'll run it through the event. It is 250 golds to play. I happen to have exactly 250. Been buying packs. So the prize is basically if you come through, we break even after 4 wins, so 4 and 2. You get a rare and an uncommon. I think it's, yeah, so 4 wins is where we kind of start getting the good stuff. So we will play and see how it goes. So usually these block constructed formats I do like. They're good indications of upcoming sets, like what might be powerful outside. It's kind of odd they're doing it right now with it just being one set. You usually have a couple sets feeding into this, but we'll see how it goes. We do have the announcement today from Wizards. Brawl will be coming on a Wednesday only for the time being. So I could Curious Pair. Yeah, I'll probably keep this. I'm actually going to go... Yeah, let's just go Forest now. Hey, Quantum, how's it going? So we have Brawl coming on the 24th. There'll be Wednesday events, and then there's a Brawl kind of constructed tournament that'll be coming. Quite a few come to play tap lines. So let's just go here. Just start putting a clock. However slow it may be. So this is my concern with just these lines. We really just want to curve out here. So Vantress Gargoyle. Actually, that works out well because we can... Can you block? Can't block unless you have 4 more cards. So you can block. Do I want to even cast this now is the question. Probably not. Let's just pass the turn. So we probably should have played just a Fabled Passage there to thin out our deck, but it doesn't really matter at this point. So we'll be playing some Brawl on the channel. I love VDH, so I will be putting out some brews. I will put out some deck lists ahead of time on Aether Hub. So if you want to check those out, feel free. I'll throw in the Brawl tag over top. So this could be Mill. They can still block the Questing Beast. Would like to see a Wicked Wolf. Ask and you will be rewarded. So I'm actually going to get a forest here so that the Gingerbread Cabin could come in. So I need to enter full control mode because I want to be able to sack the token. And that makes it indestructible. We get rid of the Vantress Gargoyle. And now Questing Beast could come down next turn and we smash some face. So they do have an opening here with Murderous Rider to get down. We could get out of full control mode here. No attacks. So if they have a Murderous Rider, they can kill our wolf. If not, we can pretty much protect it going on now. So a little unfortunate we didn't cast that Giant Growth, but we didn't know we were going to draw the Wicked Wolf. So here, let's go Cabin. Okay, so they do that on the stack. I'm just attacking with the 1. We're flooding a bit. Would like to see at least something else come down. Do they name the food token? That's interesting to be playing this main board. Guess you name Oko. Activated abilities. So we don't really have haste threats outside of the Questing Beast. So let's Once Upon a Time here. Like it still just comes down and fights. Like at the end of the day, it's still a big body. It gets this Murderous Rider off the battlefield. That's bigger than what they have going on. This looks to be some sort of Dimir Mill control. Even if they draw like Vantress Gargoyle. Oh, that's cool. I didn't realize the eyes blink. They're not doing too much because they can't block with it. Into the story. Okay, so if they drop Vantress, they can block. That's fine. Oh, that's actually sweet. So let's go. Here's my 4/4. Attack with everything. Just play like that. It's actually a pretty good card in this deck. You just turn these like food tokens, which we didn't have much, especially them turning it off with Wicked Wolf, into a reasonable body. And black doesn't really have a clean board wipe, so they could 1-for-1 us, but if they're spending their entire turn, Emery, would they mill? Seems like a weird collection. So if we just move this out of the way, we win. Thank you. Come again. Because here, even if they have Murderous Rider for like Questing Beast, they take 2 damage. They have something. Drowned in the Loch. That's fine. This is still 7 damage. They have another Drown. Okay, well, they double drowned. We'll just pass the turn here. Throw this down on their end step. Some of this removal they've been showing, like Reef Soul and stuff, is at sorcery speed. So we're another Brazen Borrower away from winning, potentially. Okay, so we have Wicked Wolf. It's a follow-up play. Really just want to put pressure here. Since I'm actually not going to fight here, I don't think it's worthwhile. Like, we have 3 bodies. It's less for them to remove. Because we just have to get 1 point of damage in, so they need multiple blockers. Pass turn. This would have been much better if we would have been able to activate it. Surprisingly, this did quite a bit. So they do have Emery, so they can get blockers there. You know what, I should probably play this out next turn regardless, because if we draw another one, it could work out. But if we draw another Animating Faerie, that way it doesn't have Summoning Sickness. I wonder if they're playing the Loch Ness Monster one. That's interesting. They can't cast Emery now. Hard cast there. Okay, so it's Once Upon a Time. That's the game. Just attack in the air. 1-0. Alrighty. Took the first one down. So the deck itself, for those tuning in, we are playing a... Where'd it go? Eldraine Food List. So just playing a bunch of the powerful Simic cards. Oko, Wicked Wolf, Questing Beast, Brazen Borrower, Gilded Goose. And then some payoff cards like Animating Faerie to make it 4/4 token creatures. And then Giant's Opportunity to make 7/7s. So we have a couple ways to make the tokens. We have some ramp options as well. So just in case, because Arena's been temperamental, going to give it a quick restart. They announced today on the state of the beta that they are focusing on performance issues. So hopefully we don't get these sporadic arena crashes or the sideboarding noise of doom. Yeah, green's like stupid busted. The thing is, like, this deck's pretty much a deck in standard already. It's playing most of these cards. So to just port it over in a very limited card pool. Like, another deck we can try out is a double draw. But I think, like, not having hard removal might be an issue. Okay, well, we got the Goose. We're live to draw turn 2 Oko. Worst case, we turn 3 Wicked Wolf with food back up. I just want to turn 2 Oko and then have the opponent concede. So Foulmire Knight. Let's Goose. Rakdos. Let's see what Rakdos has to offer here. Okay. Slows us down a little. So I'm just going to pump out food here. And Mardu Knights. Are you a knight? No, you're just a giant. The nice thing is we can get this indestructible, so it can beat up on both of these. Let's just do this. Play out the Curious Pair. I want to kind of get rid of this Foulmire Knight. We'll take the 4 from Bone Crusher. Ooh, no. We need to kill that. So I'm just going to protect my life total here. Okay, we have Brazen Borrower as well, so a couple options here. Let's go to the island here, go to full control mode. Rankle's scary, so definitely want to get rid of that. So make sure when you're playing with Wicked Wolf, you go into full control mode when you do the fight mechanic. So this is just kind of like black-red kind of good stuff. So next turn I can hold back the Wicked Wolf on defense and then kind of play some shenanigans with Brazen Borrower. I can Animating Faerie, but I kind of want to keep the food tokens around right now. Okay, so we got the Goose. So let's do Goose. And then just pass the turn. We can reset our wolf by bouncing it to our hand with Brazen Borrower. They might have Murderous Rider here. Okay, they just go face, that's fine. Our life total is getting kind of low. But we've seen 3 Bone Crushers right now. So this is interesting. Yeah, so we do need to sack it here. Because I don't really want to bounce this. So I'm probably going to have to block with the Goose. So it's fine. Goose does what it needs to this turn. And then I'm going to Once Upon a Time try to find like a questing beast. Get a second blue source. I can't start cracking these to gain life. which might not be the worst idea. Let's Once Upon a Time here. So I could play out a couple Curious Pairs. Let's just do these. Okay, we got Quester. Do we do Questing Beast? Yeah, I guess it puts in a clock. Might have been wrong, because they could, if they have another Murderous Rider, they just target Wicked Wolf, taps it down, and then they could pump mana into this Wildback, or Weaselback Red Cat. They go face again. Oh, that just kills us. Night, yeah. We got aggroed. Them also drawing 4 giants. Pretty good. So it wouldn't have mattered there in that lineup play whether we played one or the other. They had 2 knights as well, so they had the 4 damage. The play would have had to been, instead of gaining the 3 light, we should have cracked the food. Black's probably a tougher, like early pressure with black removal is probably tougher than that Simic deck we played, or the Dimir deck we played first. We are the aggressor in that one. Okay. This is where the tap line becomes awkward. Okay, we keep this hand. So I can draw and play Once Upon a Time to try to find some lines. Show me a goose. So our opponent is an intellectual. Oh, no, never mind. They're not playing Oko. They are playing some sort of adventure deck. Okay, so we got half of it. We need a forest here. So probably just go play this tapped. Well, they got the dream play. Come on. Okay, I want to tweak these tap lines. The upside of creating 1 is not worth the inconsistency. So we're going to get an Oko regardless next turn. We can start making 3/3s whenever it deals combat damage to a player. Okay, they're just going aggressive here. So I can go just Pixie this turn, but I think you just get Oko down. Let them deal with this. Actually, I probably should have done their Lucky Clover. But then they kill Oko. Do I need the goose? That's fine. We could take 2 off the top. It just pluses 2 anyways. Okay, so we drew another one of those. So I could Curious Pair. Curious Pear comes down, creates a food. Let's go get a forest first. I want to turn this cabin on. So they double Murderous here. Oh, it's an opponent controls. You can't even target your own. Well, that sucks. Why is this card a mythic?
I grace you with my luck.
So here, let's just get one of these out. This can't block either, so we'll just start beating in the sky. We can do Pixie. Don't even want, yeah, just play Pixie out. We'll trade with the flyer. I have the option to bounce something if need be. Black's probably the toughest matchup. Anything with Murderous Rider, just clean answer to Oko. Everything else is probably going to struggle. So we're going to get some lands into play. We'll just save it to bounce. Just seems odd. Like, why can't we target our own spell? All the disperse style effects usually always let you. You can take a turn off. Do we offer the trade? No thanks. Knowing they have Rankle here, I'd rather not. So I can do this. It's another body. So I can just throw this in front of Rankle. Play this out. So probably do that. I just want to try to race them now. Kind of want to save this too for the Beanstalk Giant because it's going to be bigger than what we can deal with. So that's fine. We'll just bounce this on their turn. Take the 2 damage. We're dealing 5 to them in the air. So we're just going to try to race them. Okay, so we got another forest. We also have the benefit of these food tokens. So we can just gain a lot of life. Garrick. Sure. What are you going to do with Garrick? Destroy target creature. Sure. Can't do anything about that. They get some more lands. So this is a tricky situation. Do we go after the Garrick to kill it? Or do we go after... Okay, so let's bounce this. So let's just do this. Like, do we do 5 to the opponent and then just ignore Garrick? Or do we go after... just try to put lethal on them? I think we just gotta try to put lethal. I can gain some life with these, and I can make another one with the goose. So even if they come down with Rankle here. Yeah, so Murderous Rider doesn't do too much here. They need some sort of removal spell. So these evasive threats have been good. Bonus the fact this can't block. Opponent GG's us. So they cast Rankle. They cast the Beanstalk. Beanstalk with like Lucky Clover is kind of nutty. You end up just going through so many of your lines. So they have 10, like 8, 9, 16 lines. So they're kind of like either way. Yeah, they concede. Sweet. Took him down 2-1. Let me just give the customary, you played a couple games with Arena, give it a sec to reset itself, complimentary break. So, like I mentioned earlier in the video, as Arena loads, a Brawl was announced to be coming weekly on Wednesdays, starting October 24th. And I will be posting a bunch of deck lists on Aether Hub. We will be playing Brawl as much as we can on the channel. Love me some EDH, so definitely we'll be playing as much as possible here. And yeah, you could catch any deck lists if you'd like to see any specific commanders. I'm going to do a mix of Planeswalkers and creatures. Oko seems busted, but we'll try to play something else. So I'll keep this hand. Not quite turn 3, but close enough. For some reason you felt Goose was supposed to be the fair Llanowar elf, but feels more busted. It's pretty solid overall. We're going to take the forest here. Lets us curve out nicely. It's better in a deck that's built around. I feel Gilded Goose kind of lackluster in decks where you don't have a way to consistently feed it food. If you have to pay 2 mana to make 1 mana the following turn, it loses some of its explosion. So like say in like a... I don't like it as much in a Gruul deck, for example. I prefer Paradise Druid. It also depends on where your curve goes. Because we're going 1 to 3 and then 2 to 4. If most of your threats are at 4, I do prefer Paradise Druid because it can't get shocked or like Savage Stomped. Okay, so they're kind of going all in here. We are going to introduce them to our good friend, Yoko Oko. They really could do 2 damage here. They can't get a Questing Beast this turn because they popped their egg. Their food. And if they put a bunch of focus on this Oko, we just end up beefing up some of these other threats, and then we have a spare Oko. So they can Murderous Rider, but if they had Murderous Rider, they likely just Murderous Rider Oko. So they draw 2. Foulmire is kind of annoying. Okay, so I think we just go Fabled Passage. Let's play. So they got a lot of 1/1s, so let's just make food. I want to get them to commit to attacking more with it. So question here, we could get the food, but I think just playing Curious Pair here and then holding up double blue is more important in case we get Brazen Borrower. Just play out the wild pair. These flyers can hopefully get us the distance and then have them be distracted with Oko for now. I just wanted to spend a lot of resources attacking into Oko, especially because we have the backup. Like, my guess is they probably play Lovestruck Beast. Interesting, they drew all those cards and they still didn't hit their 4th land. They pluses for 2. Like, it's not that much to kind of take in. And then we can always turn like a Lovestruck Beast into a 3/3. Like, this card is just slowing them down so much. Okay, so we got back-to-back cabins. So we can go up to 5 here, but they have enough to like attack in, so let's just animate food here. Like, we can just stall out the game here. We have a 3-turn clock. And if they overextend, we can hit them for 2. They do have a Gilded Goose block, which they haven't been really doing at this point. And then we can always turn this Curious Pair into a 3/3 with Oko if need be. Okay, they go 5/5. So I'm going to double block here. And probably... Do I even care about blocking one of these? Nah, probably just keep this. Like, if they don't kill it, then we're fine. They should have just... Like, I don't understand why you don't just attack in for 1 more here. If you're going to put that many resources into trying to kill Oko, kill him. Okay, so they have a Clover. They double up Beanstalks. So that clears up their mana situation. And they go another Goose. So they got some blocks this turn. Ooh, Brazen Borrower, sweet. So how do we attack in here? Let's attack like that. Wish we had one more blue. We can't play all three here. See if they block with a goose. I'm going to do the food token here. Oh, these counts as forest? Oh, cool. So we get a second food token. Ah, I screwed that up then. I didn't realize these were also forests. I thought they were non-basics. There was a play we could have kept one of these back, but I want to kind of put pressure. It kind of foreshadows if we don't attack with both. And they're still on the back foot. If all they do is play this beanstalk, then I'll just flash it in and then we have the power in the sky. Because I could also make this an elk and then it loses its flying. Okay, opponents on Sultai. So we'll see what they make. They go Garrick. Alright, well they did bust out all the planeswalkers. That's fine. We'll see if they... So they just do that. Can I just take them out next turn? I can do 3. I don't have enough. Just go my turn. There wasn't really much to bounce there, so I'd rather just the body in this guy. Garrick's kind of scary. So they'll get the death touch out of the way. I don't know why they double blocked. They had death touch. I want to keep one back as a blocker. So Oko can make our Brazen Borrower into a 3/3. Really just need like a questing beast or something. Okay, that's gonna threaten lethal. So they create a food. They can play this Murderous Rider. Guess it gains them some life. They draw some cards. Questing Beast one time. Questing Beast. Still pretty solid. So let's go full control mode. So they're going to gain the life, but I'm still going to fight this. Actually, I don't need to go into full control here. So we're ahead now in kind of this Oko race. face. So they can block here, but then they're dead. Let's see how they take this in. Okay, so they're making some foods. They can attack Oko. That's fine though. They kind of have to play defensively. We're still at 20 life. And like a Wicked Wolf clears out an attacker. A Brazen Borrower. A damn Questing Beast. Where are you? They need 2 blockers, more. That's easy for them to make 1. They do have this Beanstalk Giant. Okay, so that's fine. This does prevent it from dying to Questing Beast. This line's basically just a swamp at this point for them. Second Clover. I guess Love Struck can make a lot of tokens. Wouldn't mind a Brazen Borrower. They can slowly start grinding us, but we do have flyers. We just gotta hit one of them. Likely Brazen Borrower's the best bet, because if we play a sorcery speed one, they'll just Oko it. This deck does grind. Like, this card's ridiculous. This draws them 2 cards for a 1-drop. Okay. Do I need to... I'm gonna... do we do that or just make a food token? I think we just do this. So it's kind of cool because when you make this an elk, it could become a 7/7. And here they are forced to make this into an elk. So I attack with these. Okay, we gotta wait a turn. Okay, they're just going for the life here. That can be relevant for them with the mana advantage. We can steal... There's not really much to steal right now. They're 29 cards, so they're not really at risk of milling out. They're playing really slow. That's scary. I wonder if they're playing any blue mana outside of the goose.
Let's broaden your existence.
This takes out. That's just going to threaten overrun. Need me a Brazen Borrower. Even that doesn't quite do it. Let's just do that. Okay, we got Fight Wolf. So Fight Wolf fights Fight Wolf. This opens us up to Questing Beast. Like, I don't understand why they just haven't played Beanstalk. Like, we can make it a 3/3 with Oko, but it seems like it's still probably... Okay, you're still a food, which is relevant. Let's force the opponent's hand. The longer we kind of stall it out, they're gonna grind us out. This also makes the overrun less effective. Can you... Okay, you could pop off the overrun next turn. So they do get the overrun. They can make a token there. It'll get haste. They can kill our Oko. Trample's relevant. Garrick does seem really good. Like the fact they're Garrick can answer our Oko. Okay, so they go Emblem. See what they do with the Oko. Yeah. Just basically this format seems like whoever gets the more powerful Planeswalker down wins. Okay, they're sending 9 at it. This also kind of turns off Questing Beast from being effective. Yeah, and the fact Beanstalk now gets Trample. So we need Brazen Borrower. This is going to be like a 15... 5... Oh, they play 1 blue. 5, 6, 10, 11, 14 Trample. Plus the 3/3, 17 Trample. I think we play this deck... If we play this format again, 18-18. You are useless at this point. Where were you a couple turns ago? I think we're dead multiple ways over. They block it with like any of these. They have 5 in the air, 18. GG. GG. So overall, it had elements to the deck. I think we need more interaction to be effective. Like I said, this was off one of my Instagram followers who went 10-0 with the list, but I think just like this is kind of lackluster. The Pixie was fine. This Giant Opportunity is probably more cute than anything, and I didn't like these cabins at all. So maybe with like more bounce effects, maybe some passivism effects, or just like bigger, like dumb green things, like even just Love Struck Beast, maybe. There's a couple cards, or like Wildborn Preserver could be good, the Great Henge, or even just Feasting Troll King. So there's a couple options you can play around with the deck, make it a little bit more effective. But overall, that's the format. I think we're done. We claim our prize. So let's see what we got. We got emergency powers, not bad. We'll play some jank. We needed it for the brawl. So that's the deck. Thanks everyone for tuning in. If you missed any part, I'll put it up on YouTube. But as always, thanks for stopping by, and continue the budget build series. I wrote up the article for the Esper stacks. It'll be up on Aether Hub tomorrow morning, Saturday. Just need my wife and editor to take a read through, make sure my spelling mistakes are all cleared up, and then that'll be up. Thanks for stopping by, and have a great evening, start of the day, and we'll catch you later this weekend. Thanks for stopping by.